Hi, welcome to our signature segment, See the Stories on the 3-Hour News Show. So before we going to the talk show, we would like to remind our viewers that throughout the month of Ramadan, the 3-Hour News Show will air daily from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. starting this Sunday, March the 10th. So keep here on the See Today for the latest information. All right, so some of the 15% of the world's population, or 1 billion people, experiencing some from disability, with a higher prevalence in developing countries.
Now, people with disability are usually at a higher risk of experiencing limited opportunities to access education and educational facilities, face poor nutrition and health outcomes, as well as various barriers to social and economic inclusion in society. According to the Indonesia National Socioeconomic Survey, or SUSENAS, in March 2019, slightly more than 9%, or around 23.3 million Indonesians, are living with disabilities, with 2.2%, or approximately 5.7 million, having severe disability.
Yeah, people with disability also have the rights to access various basic services such as health, education, employment, and also social protection without discrimination. So at the moment, access of these basic services tend to be limited for various reasons, such as limited data and information related to the disability situation, and the surrounding environment is not yet easily accessible to enable and accommodate the needs of people with disabilities.
Talking about people with disabilities, our guest today will share her insights on creating inclusive space for people with disabilities.
Yes, joining us in the studio is Rahma, Anisa, or Lilis from Pandu Lisane. Hello, Lilis. How are you today?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming to our studio.
By the way, I need to correct that
Yes.
one person. Ninis. With N.
Ninis. I'm so sorry, Ninis.
So
yes,
sorry.
Ninis. All right. So welcome. Welcome to our
Yes.
studio. See today.
All right,
Thank
so
you,
Yeah.
Kabams and Kayani.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. We have so many questions for you, obviously,
Yes,
right? So we're
obviously.
gonna start right away.
Yes.
What is Pandu Lisane, and tell us the story behind the establishment of the community. So it is a community.
Yes, true. It is community. Pandu Lisane is divided by two words actually, Pandu and Lisane.
Okay, Pandu and Lisane.
Yes.
So Pandu stand for?
Pandu stand, like we already know, it's like guidance.
Right.
And Lisane is acronym from Tuli, Daksa, and Netra.
Okay.
Okay.
So why just Lisane? We bring in our name because in our daily basis we always meet people with Tuli, Daksa, and Netra.
Right.
We not usually see people with mental disability or intellect disability in our daily. And after that, Pandu Lisane usually a community that gather everyone, people who have disability and people who non-disabled in one event and one platform to meet, to interact, and to know each other.
Right.
And hopefully, in future, we can collaborate and make an Indonesia inclusive.
Okay, they can interact each other. I mean, like, we're just curious. Like, this is a very huge movement. I think if we, like, I studied abroad, and also in the States, we've seen that inclusivity is a main favor, not only in our society, but also in, for example, job, like creation of job. But in Indonesia, I think it's a new thing. So I just really want to know the reason behind, like why, or it's just a calling, or you've been experiencing several times to get closer with those in needs, or you've seen, unfortunate people with this kind of society, it's not match. That's just we know.
Okay, first, our founder, Mr. Pandu, is who working in as sign language interpreter. Nah,
Okay.
and he meet others people with disability in their
Right.
job, right?
Right.
There is not just deaf, but there is blind, there is physical impairment, and anything else.
Right.
And after that, from there, we discuss what is their goals, their dream, and at that some point, we know that they really want to achieve their dream.
Right.
The simple, like they have the same education, the same salary in working,
Right.
and to involve in various activity in our community. So from there, we make a platform, we make a community that everyone included, not just non-disability, but of course, people with disability to come and to join, to know each other and to learn each other.
Right. So what year was it founded, Pandulisane?
No, actually, I'm the public affair of Pandulisane.
Okay. All right. So, of course, there's a lot of activities, right, within the community. Can you tell us what was the first thing that you did with the community?
Yes.
The first thing that we did in the community is to gather everyone. Before COVID, we have a regular event and we have the big event. We call it marketability.
Marketability.
Yes, marketability. Marketability is a market that the seller is not just people with non-disability, but of course, people with disability.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have many craft, not just craft, they have food, F&B business, clothes, and others gitu. After that, we make, after pandemic, we now collaborate with company and organization to make class to raise the awareness back.
Okay, this is very interesting. The next question is talking about the class. I mean, like, for us, like, I personally really interested with this kind of thing because I do volunteers a whole of my life. I did love to do some social project. What actually Pandulisane over? What method? What class actually? And for public, if really want to join, like where to looking for the information?
Okay. The uniqueness of Pandulisane is we don't have specific method.
Oh,
We can customize all the classes to deliver what the audience want.
Oh.
So, like our classes is collaborate with Indo Relawan. We call it Petualangan Relawan Cilik. The audience is the student from elementary school and junior high school.
Right.
So the goal is they know what is disability and what is the access in disability. So they meet the people who from Tuli and Daksa. For the last classes is Netra and Daksa.
Right.
And they know each other. They curious about what is the access in Jakarta actually, because the classes is offline, and they checking is there any accessibility in the MRT, in public and other public transportation.
Okay, so it is open for public, but can you tell us, is there an age range, or do you have to be specific age to join?
No, we open for all public and all collaborate with us. For adult, even we have collaborate with some companies, some organization to make a class, such as sign language, sign language that will be delivered by our deaf teacher.
Right. It's really interesting, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm kind of curious because I have a kid, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, what's the youngest member? Yeah.
Our youngest member, our youngest audience is first elementary school.
Oh, okay, around 7.
But for the playground or kids below that, we will just playing games with them.
Which is easier for them to understand too.
Because they just need to recognize, there is deaf, there is blind, and they are equally same.
Right.
So it's like an introduction.
Yes.
Yeah, the most basic.
I know that Pandulisane is not just the only like organizations, might I say, in Indonesia who undertake this kind of issues. It's just not only the event that you held in the previous moment, but I just really want to know what initiative Pandulisane overtook for to making the inclusivity happening in our society? Maybe you urge some motion to governments, you attending the public hearing into the Indonesian Constitution to making the laws and everything. What do you have?
Okay. One of our movement is we collaborate with MRT, not just us, of course,
Yeah.
with other disability community.
Interesting.
Like when Jakarta make MRT,
Right.
they make it MRTability, we call it. So we check it.
MRTability.
I like
Yes.
that.
I like
yeah.
that.
So we check it. Every access in MRT
Yeah.
is accessible for
For those in
deaf,
need, yeah?
blind, and physical impairment.
Wow.
So that's why if we are going to the MRT, we already, there's spot where there's for wheelchair,
Right.
there is assistant when disability people come to the MRT, such like that.
Just curious. I mean, like, we're living in the capital city, Jakarta.
Yes.
And soon not become a capital city anymore. But this is the most developed city in Indonesia. Do you think that Indonesia is ready yet to making the inclusivity to people in need? For example, just like maybe public spaces in Jakarta. Do you think it's quite enough for them, or we need to improve?
For what I see, quite enough is just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Because we already have access like guiding block,
Yeah.
and then some sign for
Right.
people who deaf or just ramp in some public transportation. But if the government already make it, the homework is, can we make it stay like that?
Yeah. Can we maintain it?
Can we maintain that? Because some of right now the reality is some of the guiding block is missing.
It's a missing part.
I don't know
Yeah.
how they open it because it was in the street, right?
Yeah.
It's like literally really
It is.
difficult to take one bite, but mostly some of guiding block is easy to remove and no one care about it.
Yeah.
But it's one of the barrier for people who blind to use the street because they don't know.
Yeah.
Is it stop?
Yeah.
It is.
Is it
Yeah.
I can straight
Yeah,
forward?
yeah. You're right.
Sorry.
And the funniest thing I found is actually the paving blocks for the blind people.
Yeah.
It's actually direction to the trees
Yes.
Yes.
or some, you know,
Somewhere like that, yeah,
the
yeah.
end block. I think that there's a lot of homework we need to
Yeah.
working
Yes.
out.
We need to
actually.
do better, right?
I think when it designed, it already good enough.
Right.
But when it
The application
come
is
to
not, yeah.
application, there is some human error,
Yes,
but
it
we
is.
can improve it.
Yeah.
Later on.
Sure.
All right, so now we're gonna take you back to talk about the community
Sure,
and
yeah.
activities. How do you ensure inclusion and welcoming environments during social interactions and conversation in your activities or classes that you offer?
The simple answer is just us.
Just
Just ask.
That's it.
Yes. Actually, we have a collaborate company, right? And we have people with disability in their company as employee.
Right.
So how we provide that they already comfort with the company know that they need this, they need that. That's just us. Us and make an assessment during work comfort
Yeah.
and what need to improvement. So there's no miscommunication.
Right.
Because the easiest thing, but sometimes we forget is
Yeah.
ask the people.
Ask to people.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's very simple, and
Very
that's the only
simple.
thing you need
Very
to do
simple.
to start.
Yeah.
Just ask. Okay, Ninis, don't go anywhere yet because we still have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
And for the next See the Stories, we'll continue after the break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Done great.